What's the deal? What's the deal? Battle Rap Chuck 92, your boy. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Geechi Gotti versus Snake Eyes. Okay. Um, I see a couple of people saying that Geechi Gotti washed Snake Eyes, or it wasn't even close. Let me tell y'all something. Geechi Gotti is definitely hard to beat. Sometimes I be feeling like Snake Eyes is not hard to beat, because I feel like when Snake Eyes end up going against people like a Geechi Gotti, or people like a Ice, or people like maybe a Math, or probably even a Rum, I just feel like them type of people would give Snake Eyes a problem. And I know Snake Eyes was calling out Big K. If Big K care enough about that battle, I think I see Big K beating Snake Eyes. I think I see Big K beating Snake Eyes if that's Snake Eyes' next battle on RBE. But let's get into it though. When Snake Eyes first came out swinging, Snake Eyes to me was kind of like barely swinging in a way. He was kind of like barely like swinging in a way. It's like it just keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, and then all of a sudden it just go back down. It's like a power bar trying to build up, but then it just end up basically just going back down. That's how I feel about Snake Eyes as far as when he could be rapping or when he could be punching. He'll have two good lines, and then like the next line be like, okay, like whatever. So Snake Eyes, his aggression, like his tone, his even like his height, all that is there. And he was getting like hecka personal, you know what I'm saying, with Geechi Gotti. He was getting as personal. He was trying to get as personal as he could. Like he was trying. He was really trying to get like in his grill. He was. So if you ask me how that, you know what I'm saying, like how that first round went with like one with Snake Eyes, it was cool. Now when it was Geechi Gotti turn, Geechi Gotti came, you know what I'm saying, like out of the gate, he was like doing like the eye jokes, and hey, and to everybody that's, you know, sitting here talking about, oh yeah, you know, I already know, like before the battle, people always be like, oh yeah, Geechi Gotti gonna do some eye jokes, Snake Eyes, he gonna talk about the tree. Y'all know they gonna talk about that. So it is what it is. They trying to beat each other. This is, you know what I'm saying, like this is battle rap. So Geechi Gotti comes off up in his first round. Geechi Gotti was doing his thing. He was dang near kind of like going off on Snake Eyes, and then he asking Snake Eyes like, oh yeah, you know, you can keep going if you want, you know. Hey, it's gonna be real hard to beat Geechi Gotti in LA. I see that already. In Compton, I see that already. Certain people, you're not gonna beat him at certain places. Like Verb St. Louis, that's how I feel about Geechi Gotti as far as in Compton, man. I don't see Geechi Gotti getting washed or probably even losing up in like over the West territory yet. And I know a lot of people could be like, well, you know, if I'm at home, you know, that's the same thing that goes for me. Well, it seemed like with certain people that's from certain areas, regardless if it's East Coast or whatever, some areas where you go at, they don't even really even like you like that. Like they'll mess around and they'll boo you. You know what I mean? So Geechi Gotti, you know what I'm saying, he did come flat out the gate. The eye jokes was like hilarious. It was very hilarious. Um And then, after Geechi Gotti got done joking with him, he started going bar for bar with Snake Eyes to the point where Geechi Gotti, to me, yeah, he ended up making it kind of like debatable in a way. And it's like, and to me, it just seemed like Snake Eyes is trying his hardest, and Geechi Gotti is not. Because at the end of the day, Geechi Gotti don't care. And Geechi Gotti, like, you a bugaboo. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get this battle, and that's the way Geechi Gotti coming at Snake Eyes. So, second round comes. Geechi Gotti was saying that, K-Shine went at him, about Geechi Gotti hood, and then he said, K-Shine was saying this was Bompton, and he said Geechi Gotti wasn't confident when he was saying Compton to K-Shine, and I saw that battle with Geechi Gotti and K-Shine. I most definitely disagree with Snake Eyes, but at the end of the day, when you battling, you can make certain things sound a certain way. He even said when old Red called him a, disrespected, like the Crips or whatever. Old Red, did that to him, but Geechi Gotti wasn't going for it. Of course, I saw that battle too, and Geechi Gotti did feel like, he had to keep it professional and, do what he had to do. You know what I mean? So I feel like Snake Eyes did everything he was supposed to do as far as coming at Geechi neck. And to me, Snake Eyes, I just feel like some of the things that Snake Eyes was saying, like as far as like, yeah, you doing this and that, like you gonna kind of mess up your stock, you battling too much. I feel like if Snake Eyes was up in Geechi shoes, I feel like Snake Eyes would be battling just as much as Geechi. Snake Eyes probably can't turn down a Surf. He probably wouldn't want to turn down a Tate Rock. He probably wouldn't want to turn down a Verb. He probably wouldn't want to turn down an Arsenal. He probably wouldn't want to turn down a Goods or a Charlie Clips. You know what I mean? And these are the people that Geechi Gotti battled. Except for Goods though. He might, like, Geechi Gotti might be battling Goods in December. So for Snake Eyes to say that to him, if Snake Eyes was up in that same position that Geechi was in, he'd be doing the same thing that Geechi doing. So that's why I'm like, okay. So next thing you know, it's Geechi Gotti turn, to go up in the second round. He even got personal with him and said like he lived with his pops and he hit like him and his pops getting disability checks. Even clowning his age, talking about how old he is. Geechi Gotti was even clowning him from the face off all the way till this battle was over, bro. So if y'all don't want to hear Geechi Gotti joking or whatever the case might be, y'all probably feel like Geechi Gotti lost because he was joking too much and he was doing too much freestyling. That's just how I feel about that. But anyway, so Geechi Gotti was, Geechi Gotti was doing his thing, and then his snake scheme was hard. He did the rattle tattle, he did he did a couple of he did a couple of snake flips. Like he did a couple of snake bars. He even did like a little scheme with the Samuel Jackson, the snakes on a plane. So he was going ham, like up in the second round too. He was going ham up in the second round. So so even if I'm going off, it's like even if I'm going off of the second round, it's like as far as what he was telling Geechi, as far as what Snake Eyes was telling Geechi, Snake Eyes, like, look, Snake Eyes, dog, you did your thing as far as like when you was like, oh yeah, K-Shine did this to you, or Red did this to you, but the only thing I wasn't like really looking at as far as like when you talking about Geechi be doing this and then doing that to the point where his stock is gonna go low and this and that. It's like if you was doing what Geechi Gotti was doing, I feel like you would be doing the same thing. And at the end of the day, I'm looking at you like, why not? Why wouldn't you want to do the same thing? You know what I mean? To the point where Geechi Gotti is asking for a Lux and a Mook. And I see y'all trying to like, and I see y'all kind of like throwing like the Lux up out of there, and y'all trying to have Geechi Gotti go against Mook. But I really want to see a Geechi Gotti against the Lux more than I want to see a Geechi Gotti versus a Mook. I feel like Lux kind of got more of his feet wet a little bit up in his era, and he knows what he's doing a little bit. I'm not saying Murder Mook is not like that, but that's a whole nother subject though. So the second round, I most definitely gave the Geechi. I most definitely gave the Geechi. I gave that second round to Geechi. Third round, um, I felt like Snake Eyes. I felt like Snake Eyes said everything he had to say to Geechi in one and two. Other than that, though, Snake Eyes wasn't really saying anything like that to me in the third round. He wasn't really saying anything like that to me in the third round. He wasn't. And see, me, I do hate watching battles where people could be just cheering for the, you know what I'm saying, like for the fans. My bad. People could be cheering for the person that, stays up in that area, like they friend or whatever. And then when it's this person's turn, he not saying nothing. Like nobody not saying nothing. Not the person that's rapping. The person could be saying something, my bad. The person could be saying something, but the fans, they just like, all the people that's there, it's like super quiet. It kind of remind me of like Detroit in a way. But this is what I told people. When you come to LA, we ain't gonna boo you. We ain't gonna do none of that. We're not gonna do none of that to you. We not. And you seen when people go to places like like when you go to places like I forgot the name of that event. What's the name of that event, man? Traffic, right? They cheering for you in Traffic, right? So if I tell you how LA get down as far as, with the people that's cheering for you in Traffic, regardless if you probably would have like a whack bar or not, because if you, the craziest thing is if you end up having a whack bar, you probably just mess around and just, it probably, it might just be quiet and you will be able to get your stuff back. But with me talking about Traffic though, I'm talking about Traffic as far as like LA, LA just cheer for you, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna roll up their little and do what they do and But a place like where Geechi Gotti is at, oh man. Oh yes. It's real up in there. It's real up in there as far as where Geechi Gotti is at. So that might not be the place where it might be tough, but I'm not saying don't do it. But that might be a place as far as like for like one of the New Yorkers or people from Philly or whatever. If you end up going to a place like that over there to where Geechi Gotti League at, you might have some problems there. You might have some problems there. Because you at the Riot Battle League. It's more harder to win battles if you ain't from near than Traffic. That's what it seemed like to me. Hold on real quick, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. My bad. But yeah, just like what I was saying though, man. It's real up in there. So you better come with it. Alright? And then when it got to the third round for Geechi, that was the lightest third round for Geechi. But then what Geechi Gotti did get Snake Eyes on is that, he was like, you wear shorts with CK on it. And then that's where he kind of had Snake Eyes kind of getting like, kind of getting like a little tight. But Snake Eyes was still holding his composure. I hate when people put extras on stuff. Snake Eyes was still holding his composure. But I didn't feel like Snake Eyes did have to say, well, kill me then, this and that. He didn't have to say all that. Because I do know at the end of the day, him and Geechi Gotti seem real cool. They seem real cool. But, Geechi Gotti was on him. And then, Geechi Gotti was like, yeah, you wore CK shorts. Like that stands for Crip Killer. And then Snake Eyes was like, nah, he was like, it's Calvin Klein. Then Geechi Gotti like, I don't give a what. So I don't know how they do it up in Harlem. I don't know. But maybe they move different. I don't know. And then Geechi Gotti was like, do you know when Crips, started? He was like, well, as far as y'all dudes in Harlem, the 6ix9ine is known for the snitching dude. Y'all known for the snitching. The 6ix9ine's over here. This is like over here in LA, Compton. This is where Crippin' started. That's when Crippin' started in 6ix9ine, 1969. And I just felt like that's all kind of what Geechi kind of really kind of had to say, maybe, instead of kind of like stretching it out too much. But he did his thing with that. He did. But I do feel like the lightest rounds from each other was the third round, though, because Geechi was like, man, you look like something. He's just sitting there freestyling. But this is how I feel about like Snake Eyes, though, bro. I always said, like, I like Snake Eyes, but then it's like it comes to a point where you kind of like this. And when you talk that talk, Snake Eyes, you do talk that talk. You do, man. I'm not gonna say you don't, but I do kind of feel like when it's time for you to give them them bars, you don't give them them bars. Like Swave Sever talk that talk, Math Hoffa talk that talk, Ice talk that talk, but you cannot say neither one of them cats don't have bars. And that's why I feel like with Snake Eyes, certain people, it's only a few people in this up in this battle rap world where they probably really don't have to use strong bars like that, but they're just talented in a way. It was one dude that was actually like that, but he no longer in this world, and I'm not even gonna speak on him because he did like some, we're not even about to do that. But people like a Dot was entertaining. To me, Bill Collector in a way was entertaining, but he did have bars too. Mr. Wavy was very, very entertaining, and a lot of people say he didn't have bars, but people still was liking Mr. Wavy. So I feel like with Snake Eyes, I don't feel like Snake Eyes is up in that position to just talk that talk and then don't have no bars at all. I feel like you gotta have bars and you gotta talk that talk, because to me that's the type of style that Snake Eyes have, and I don't feel like Snake Eyes has the ability, I don't feel like he has that type of style to just finish him off, to just be that killer, towards that opponent. I don't feel like Snake Eyes could do that. When Snake Eyes went against Heavy Half, I low-key felt like Heavy Half won that battle. And neither one of them was really like bar heavy like that. I like Heavy Half, I do. But every time when I see Heavy Half battle, I'm like, he needs some more bars up in there. That's exactly how I feel about Snake Eyes. And Snake Eyes, he wants a big K. Well, the thing is, though, if you end up going against a big K, Big K is going to go punch for punch for punch. He going to do that. Big K is going to go punch for punch. It's to the point where you might only end up having like 90-second rounds. And you have to ask yourself, Snake Eyes, hey, can you do what you do with the 90-second rounds? Because you really gonna have to get your point across with 90-second rounds, because it don't seem like Big K is the type of person that likes to go 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It don't seem like he like to do that to me. It don't seem like Big K likes to do that. But as far as this battle though, how I felt about Snake Eyes is exactly how I felt up in this. Even though Geechi Gotti was playing around, Snake Eyes still didn't do anything to him. And then Snake Eyes is up in like a certain place where it's going to be biased and it's going to look even more worse on you. But I'm not worrying about as far as like for the fans not cheering for you. I hear what you're saying. And you were saying some stuff. But then some of your stuff that you were saying, it was like, And I didn't like all the stuff that Geechi Gotti was saying, like constantly doing like the eye jokes and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, because some of that stuff was funny to me. Some of that stuff was funny to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. He was like, look at me right here. And he was like, what you looking at? You know, he was going ham though. Geechi Gotti was going ham with that, like, here and there. But if I had to pick a winner for this, it's like, man, if I had to pick a winner for this, I would definitely have to say Geechi Gotti won this, man. I feel like Geechi Gotti, I felt like round one might be debated, but round two, Geechi Gotti got, and then round three, Geechi Gotti got. I feel like at the end of the day, you might have gotten this battle 2-1. Because I'm gonna go off Snake Eyes' performance. The way Snake Eyes' performance was through this whole battle, it seemed like he don't have no problem with that. As far as his aggression and his performance, he don't seem like he have a problem at all as far as when it gets to that though. But I definitely got Geechi Gotti winning this battle though. But I don't ever really want to see a Geechi Gotti battle like that again, where he not putting in like his hardest and things like that. And you know, being Geechi Gotti going against a Sue Surf, going against an Arsenal, going against a K-Shine, going against a Take Rock, going against a Verb, going against a Clips, going against a like even like a Av, going against a Suge, going against all these people. A person like that going against all these people, and then you have your own league, and then on top of that, you feel like all you really need is like a Murder Mook or Lux on your resume, and you getting paid the money that you want, and you feel like the person that you going against right now, which is Snake Eyes, you feel like you're all the way over him, and you giving him a shot. People like that, they gonna give you a lackluster performance because they don't really care. They don't really care at the end of the day. And I feel like that's exactly what happened. But Geechi Gotti still won this battle 2-1. So I feel like with Snake Eyes though, I feel like if he end up getting like to that killer instinct, I feel like he'd be dangerous. And I just feel like the bars, it could be better. And just like when, you know, Geechi Gotti even got personal with Snake Eyes. Geechi Gotti was approaching him like, yeah, Ace Amin was pushing you all across the stage. You know what I mean? So he even got personal with Snake Eyes. It was an intense, dope battle though, man. But shouts out to Geechi and shouts out to Snake Eyes, man. But hey, Snake Eyes, man. If you ready for Big K, if you calling out Big K, I will be watching that battle, man. I can't wait to see that battle. I want to see what you do. I do. I really want to see what you do, man. But yeah, Battle Rap Chuck 92. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Another W for Geech. Gone.